Hey treasures, welcome back to my channel.
Ain't nobody realer. Sex is like a
Okay, so let's just address a couple things. I am wearing a bucket hat, and honestly, I've been seeing people wear bucket hats, and I have no idea if other people can just pull it off, if anyone can really pull it off, or if I just can't. I feel like I look kind of cute, you know, like, oh my god, I kind of look like Alicia Keys. Like, anyways, I feel like I look kind of decent, but then I also feel like I'm gonna look back at this 2 years later and be like, what the fuck were you thinking, bitch? Take that hat off. I used to do my eyebrows back then, and they were atrocious. And so now when I get like Snapchat, like 3 years ago, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't even post this anymore. I can't even post this because I'm just so embarrassed by the caterpillars above my eyes, you know? So hopefully this is cute. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if I can pull it off, or let me know that no one can pull it off. I don't know. And anyways, I am back to you guys with a story time. I know last week I could not tell you a story time, but it was just because I felt like I needed to get back onto the road that I really wanted to be on, which was, again, books. If you haven't seen that video, I will have it linked down below. But today I am back to you guys with a story time. And this story is going to be about the time that I hooked up with this guy that I didn't even really like. And honestly, I feel like this happens a lot to girls that, like, sometimes you get yourself into these situations. This is like the hoe complex. No, I'm joking. But I feel like sometimes you get yourself into these situations and, you know, like, shit goes down. And then you realize literally 5 seconds before and then literally a minute after that you're like, oh, no, never again. Should not have ever happened. Let's pretend it fucking didn't. So if you guys know what I'm talking about and you want to listen to my story about the time that happened to me, then let's carry on. So I was in college at this time, and I would say this was my third year of college, and I had pretty much known, like, I knew my classmates, you know, I had my own group of friends and everything like that. And there was this guy in this class, and for the sake of this video, we're gonna call him, oh fuck, we're gonna call him Reggie. I don't know. Anyways, so Reggie was in my class, and Reggie was he was kind of like, he was kind of the quiet guy, like, he, in the sense that he didn't really talk to many people, and he was like decent looking, you know, he was kind of cute, but he didn't really talk to people, and honestly, he like barely showed up, and he was very like to his one or two friends, like he didn't explore really anything else. But like everyone in this class spoke to each other, like it wasn't like, oh, there's no one you're not going to talk to. But yeah, he barely like spoke to people outside of his mini group, if that makes any sense. In a small class, you obviously end up exchanging all of your like social medias and blah blah blah, because in case you're in a group with somebody, you need to have all their information to like get to them, right? So he had my, how did we start talking? I think he had my number, and we were in like a project, and then after the project was over, he still would like message me, and honestly, I was not down, okay? I'm gonna preface this video. I'm gonna start it off by saying I was not down. Like, I thought he was decent and everything like that, but he was not, I don't know, I just didn't care about him. Like, I was not into him. And so one day he messages me and he was like, hey, like, do you want to go out? And I think it was like, I don't even know, it was a day that we did not have class. And I was like, yeah, sure, because I had no other plans. And it was like, okay, either go out and get ice cream or get a milkshake, or stay home and get no milkshake. And it was like, obviously, your girl's gonna go and get a milkshake. So obviously, I ended up going and to get my damn milkshake. And so after I went and got my milkshake, we ended up going to this beach. And by the beach, I mean, it was like a waterfront, but like there wasn't really any sand. So I guess I'm just gonna call it a waterfront, like duh ho. Anyways, so we ended up going to the waterfront, and we were kind of just like, you know, talking and everything like that. And I want to say once again, I was not down. Like, obviously I'm getting to know this guy. Excuse me, if the moving is like bothering you, I'm really sorry, but anyways. So obviously getting to know him better and like in a more intimate setting because it's just him and I. And so obviously like you're going to be asking questions and all this stuff. And just the type of person that he was and like the things that he was saying and the way that he would respond to what I've said and it was so not my type. And a part of him came off really condescending and arrogant, so he really wasn't my type. But I digress. Then we ended up driving somewhere else. I really don't remember. I think I ended up getting hungry because we were together for a minute. Every single time I go on like a date or something, I am with them for a long time. Unless I really, really don't like you, but because he was like my classmate friend type shit, whatever, it was like I stayed. But yeah, like my dates always last fucking forever. And so we were together for like honestly probably about like 7 hours. I kid you not. So after the waterfront, it was like we went to go somewhere else and I think we got like food or something. And then we went somewhere else and we ended up at this like parking lot. You know where I'm coming from, right? You know where this is going. Okay. So we're at this parking lot and him and I start like, you know, we're still talking and everything like that. And at this point in time, I distinctly remember, like, I remember this vividly, that I was into this guy that was not him. And I don't know what I labeled him in that video, but I will have the video down below. It was the time that I dated a baby daddy or something like that. And so I was so into that guy. And this was the brief time where him and I had stopped talking. And I was just thinking about him all the time. I don't know why. I fell for this guy really hard. I wasn't in love with him, but like I fell for him really hard. So I was just thinking about him and I kept thinking about him more and more the more that I was with this guy because I was like, you're really not helping me get over this right now. Like, if anything, you're making me think about him even more. And so then Reggie ends up kissing me, and so him and I are kissing and stuff like that, and like it's like fine, not really, like it's not the best kiss I've ever had, but like, you know, I'm doing it. And then things like happen a little bit more, but then I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I absolutely did not like him. I absolutely was not going to hang out with him again. Like, we were not going to go anywhere. I was adamant, like in my brain, of course I'm not vocalizing this to him, I was adamant that I was not going to have this like be a thing, you know. And so after that I was like, okay, you know what, okay, once everything was over and I was like, okay, I need this to stop, I need this to freaking end, I was like, you know what, I have to go pee, so just take me home and like I'll see you next. And he was like, okay, sure. So he took me home and he was like, well, I had a good time, maybe next time we could do da da da. And I was like, yeah, sure, knowing fully well like it was not gonna fucking happen, you know what I mean. And so let's fast forward a couple months, and this is towards the end of the school year. So in this program that I was in, they had like this big, huge event. And so third year, you're working on this event pretty much the entire time. Like your big project is this entire event. So you're working in groups of, I think it was like 6 people from each department. It's very confusing, but I don't want to go into like details because it's not that important. But so you're working with like 6 people, whatever, and then all these projects end up getting viewed for this big event, and then you get awards and shit like that, right? So I remember like I went to this award show with my best friend at the time, and we like me and her group like we did not get fucking any we did not get any fucking awards. But anyways, so then we were getting awards just for like the type of people that we were for like our class, and you had to like vote and everything like that. So I remember I got an award, and honestly I still have the award because I was just like, wait, what? I won something? Little me? I was like so happy, like, because all my friends were telling me that they were getting notifications that, oh, like someone voted for you, but it wouldn't tell you what category. And I was like, all my friends are getting these notifications that they're voted for something except for me. Like, I felt like such a loser. And then the only called a few categories for these awards, and my category was called bitch, and I didn't even know that I was in that category. And the category was most likely to be a Disney princess. And honestly, I felt like I won the whole entire world. I literally felt like I won the Oscars. I was like, yes, Me, Disney princess? Hell yeah. So I remember I was like standing up there and I was so shocked. And my friends were laughing at me because I was like, they said my name. This has nothing to do with the story. But this whole thing ended. Everyone was like, oh, what are we gonna do? Obviously, it's like almost like our last time like seeing everybody together. So we wanted to go out. And basically, like, plans just fell through. Like, no one could decide on what the hell was gonna go on. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking tired. So me and my friend ended up going home. And what do you know? Reggie offers to drive me and my friend home. And we were like, hell yeah, I don't want to take the transit anyways. So he ended up driving us home. And I thought he was gonna drive my friend home last and drive me home first because my friend actually lived near him and I didn't. And he ends up driving my friend home first. And I'm like, fuck. Like shit, like, now I have to fucking talk to him or whatever. So he drives my friend home, and we're like, okay, bye. And she's giving me this look like, and I'm just like, oh. And I feel bad saying no because, like, he just drove me and my friend home, you know, from downtown. So I feel bad. And obviously I know he didn't want to drive my friend home, but, like, he knew I wasn't going to go unless she was coming. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can hang out for a bit. I think we went to go and get like McDonald's or something like that, and then him and I were like talking, and he's talking about the big like final project that we had at the end of the year, and he was pretty much saying how like my group like sucked, and I was like, Akumi, who the fuck are you to declare that it sucked? And I was like, second of all, my group was missing a whole ass fucking person. So my group, instead of it being 5 or 6, was like 4 people. Akumi, like, get the fuck out of my face. It was like other people like had more time, and I had to compensate for the person missing. And honestly, I am really good with my words, and I'm good with writing and all those different things, but I am not good with constructing like visual things. Like, I know what I like when I see it, but I don't know how to get to that point, if you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, then let's carry on. So obviously I got defensive because I'm like, don't fuck with me with my job, my money, and don't fuck with me with my school, okay? And second of all, if you're trying to hook up with a bitch, I don't understand why you would technically like insult her. I went off. And so he's like, oh, no. And he started to backtrack. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like, if I was ever into you, it sure the fuck went away. And this goes back to when I said he was condescending and arrogant, okay? And so, yeah, I was like, okay, you can take me home now. And he decided to, like, start talking about the fact, like, the time that him and I, like, hooked up or whatever. And I was like, honey, boo-boo, like, it happened, I honestly want to say, like, it probably happened, like, a couple months ago from when the first time him and I hung out to, like, us hanging out now. So I was like, why are you still on that? And he would decide to tell me that he has feelings for me and, like, wants to see, like, where this can go and, like, hang out and everything. And I was like, I don't feel the same. I'm not really into it. And he was probably one of the first people that I ever said that to, like, to their face, because it's not that I can't express myself. It's more so about the fact that I don't like to hurt people, because I would never, if I was into somebody, I would never ever want to hear those words like, no, I'm sorry, I don't like you. Like, I'd rather read that by myself so I can cry about it, or like have my heart broken in private, than like to like see someone's heart break and I have to be like the cause of it. You know, like, I'd rather be like, take the pussy route out, to be perfectly honest with you. I had no problems though. Thank you for pissing me the fuck off, because I was able to not give a fuck about hurting you or feel guilty about shit. So I was like, take me home, and he did, and that was that. And so, yeah, I hooked up with a guy that was an asshole, pretty much, essentially. But the sad part is like, I don't even think he realized like he was an asshole, and I don't think he realized that he like had nothing to be an asshole about, because honestly, I don't want to get like super like petty. Yeah, nothing was good, if you know what I'm trying to say. And 10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend. So, but hopefully, you know, he's happy, married, I don't know, fuck, I don't care. But yeah, that is the time that I hooked up with someone that I definitely shouldn't have and didn't want to. But shit happens. It's such a bad like thing to say on the internet probably, but whatever. Everyone has probably said it in their life, and I'm an adult, so yeah, it's just like sometimes you get into situations with people, and honestly, like, it was like someone I knew at least. It's not that big of a deal, whatever, but yeah, definitely like did not ever want that to happen. And he definitely wasn't the first that I kissed, and I just felt like I was compelled to for some reason. And luckily that compulsion in me where I get that like I have to kind of like do something that I know that I don't really want to do a full 100%, that kind of is like going away, and I'm probably as like I'm getting older and more prudish, but yeah. Anyways, guys, has anything like this ever happened to you? I'm pretty sure it has, and I want to know about it because I'm a nosy little bitch. So let me know down below in the comments, and we can chat about it, because I'm pretty sure everyone here is an adult, everyone here is grown, mistakes happen, and you can tell the uglier version of Alicia Keys, you know? Anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. I love you so much. Bye, guys.